What is your favorite EQ, compressor, and reverb? I haven't really thought this through, but off the top of my head, I would say my favorite EQ is this one behind me, the FabFilter Pro Q3. Because, and the reason is, it's because it does everything. And it has everything. It does mid-side, it does left-right, it does dynamic EQ, it does precision EQ, it does roll-offs, it's got frequency analyzer in it. I mean, I think it's got sidechain as well. It's literally got everything, and it sounds great. So in terms of EQ, I mean, I've got ridiculous amounts of EQs, but the one I would say is the best is the FabFilter Pro Q3, and that's the one that I use the most. Compressor, I'll tell you, actually, the compressor that I like the most is on the SSL channel strip, on the channel strip 2. I really, really enjoy that as a compressor. That is a really good compressor. It's got a great sound to it. It's super clean, and it just really does the job. And that's I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that I've always worked on SSL consoles whenever I worked in stereo. So I've always worked with these SSL channel strips, and I fully understand them, and I understand the compression aspect of it. So going to use a compressor, I always tend to look at the SSL channel strip. I don't necessarily use that when it comes to vocals. I won't use that compressor, but the majority of sounds in the mix, I mean, I will often just load all the stems, and I will literally put a SSL channel strip on every single channel, which kind of emulates a SSL console, gives you that SSL EQ compressor. And realistically, to be honest, they're very, very similar. I mean, I've used them for the best part of probably 15 years now, using the SSL channel strips, and you know, the plugin is so advanced now and just sounds so great that you know, you'd have trouble telling the two apart. In a blind test, I don't think it would be a case of, oh, that one sounds better than that one. They both sound brilliant. Best reverb. Do you know what? Best reverb. Because I'm working in Dolby Atmos, the Liquid Sonic Cinematic Rooms is really good, and I really, really love that for Dolby Atmos. For stereo, I would probably go with either the Capital Chambers on UAD or the AMS RMX16. I think I'd go with the AMS RMX16, and the reason for that is because that reverb is a lot more flexible. You've got a lot more algorithms built into it, and you can use that in a very different way compared to the Capital Chambers, which is technically 4 rooms, 4 mics, and that's your lot. And it's very expensive for what is essentially probably, I don't know, 16 algorithms. But it sounds really good, and it is a very, very good reverb, that Capital Chambers one. EQ, I would say the FabFilter Pro Q3. Compressor, the compressor that is built into the SSL channel strip on the native, not the other ones. So not the UAD, not the Brainworks versions, none of them, not the compressors in them. It's the compressor that is the official native SSL one. And then reverb, I would probably say the AMS RMX16. Although in Dolby Atmos, for me is the Cinematic Rooms by Liquid Sonics.